So, Mom, are you going to tell people to subscribe because they don't want to see you angry? Welcome back, everyone. Just kidding, because she doesn't get angry. She's a lovely, caring mom. So, we're going to be watching She-Hulk today. Episode 1. Woo!
Wonderful.
So, we're completely blind to this. It just came out today. We're watching it in the morning. And I'm excited because I don't know what this entails. I know it's based on a comic book. And will Bruce Banner be in this? We have a She-Hulk, which literally means probably a female Hulk.
Female
yeah,
version.
I think so.
Yeah, and then the other part of the title is Attorney at Law.
Oh my goodness.
So how funny would that be? Because again, no context here, but you know, you have like a raging Hulk who's like, I'm always right or I smash.
That's right, yes.
That's right. The judge will say, okay, this is my ruling. And just like look at She-Hulk and say,
God.
what is she going to do if I
She starts to turn green a little bit, or maybe she'll be permanently like Bruce Banner now, or will she just be fully human and then when she gets angry she'll turn full
green,
Hulk?
yeah.
But I don't know, because when you turn full Hulk, at least early on with Bruce Banner, his mind wasn't fully there. They were separate entities.
Right.
You know, like
She was going to function in her job.
Yeah, I'm wrong. So
everybody beware.
Yes, and this possibly will show up on our channel before The Incredible Hulk. We did watch that movie before watching the series, and that will be coming out this weekend on Saturday. So I'm going to try to edit this and get this up ASAP today. So we'll see. Shall we get into this?
Yes, let's do it. I'm anxious to see what's going on.
Anxious.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Matt Murdock will be
You think so?
like a colleague.
Oh, because he's a lawyer. Yeah, we did see him in Spider-Man. That was exciting.
I don't know.
You know what? They did show him in that, so you never know. I didn't even honestly think that, and I love
That's the
Daredevil.
only thing I was thinking was maybe Matt Murdock.
Yeah, Attorney at Law.
maybe.
Maybe that'd be kind of fun. I just didn't expect
go
this.
against each
I didn't even think that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That would be pretty exciting because we got really excited to see him in
yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
No Way Home.
Yeah.
All right, 101.
What is the responsibility of those with power? Do they merely have an obligation to refrain from the misuse of that power?
And you win the case. And you are not helpful here at all.
I feel like this is gonna land better coming from me. Okay, this is unprofessional.
That was so good.
How you used the weight of civic duty during your closing argument? I don't have a Savage Jen Walters look.
And if it doesn't go our way, we can just Hulk out, blow everyone's mind.
No, well, the only hulking out I'm going to do is in the legal sense.
So is she already a Hulk then?
No,
That's not a good joke.
let me get you up to speed.
Oh, that is funny. Okay, because I'm like, wow. her just-
My cousin Bruce. Yes, that Bruce.
It's all because, I made this little device.
So you don't get Cheetos fingers.
Are you driving now?
You're not the only genius in the family.
No, there's also Chet.
Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Oh, crud.
Oh my God.
Not the Cheetos. Oh, she cut herself.
Oh,
And it keeps them in human form, so now they're going to have to take off the thing.
Cheng, get away from me. I'm bleeding. Get away.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
That's how.
yeah. Yeah, so it got into her.
oh yeah.
Just like that. Just like in The Incredible Hulk.
At least she didn't get naked.
Yeah, right?
thing.
She's going to have to wear like huge baggy clothes.
Oh, girl, what happened to you?
Who did this to you?
Right?
They're taking care of her. That's
Oh, how nice. So she's giving her.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Can't clean up
Yeah, we ain't going. What? You
Oh.
talk to us?
It didn't take much. And then Bruce, poor Bruce, was he? Yeah, Bruce. Oh, that's beautiful. Avengers vacation spot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good morning. Sorry, I thought I'd get a little work done.
You're Hulk again.
Smart Hulk. Wow. Tony Stark. He used to joke that it was a loner, that one day he'd just swing by and take it back. Probably trying to deliver a message. I gotta get to the bottom of that. Weird stuff is gonna find you when you're a Hulk. But first, we gotta deal with you. And you got a lethal dose of gamma radiation.
Lethal?
Explain.
That is not the sentence to take a pause on, Bruce.
Oh my God.
Look, and the way it synthesized gamma, I was able to use it to completely heal my arm.
Oh.
Oh,
Is
so
it
it was
better
you?
than you?
It's just basically different.
Oh my gosh.
You use it. Implied endorsement.
Don't
Oh
look.
my God.
It's way too dangerous to get out in the world, even if there's only a 1,000,000% chance that it makes another one of us.
Okay.
I have been struggling with this for years. The best that I could do was merge my two halves. Given time in the lab, we could possibly do the same for you.
No.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Feeling better?
She was hangry.
Listen, you can't go back to your job. You stay here until you figure out how to control your Hulk self.
Well, how long is that gonna take? You said multi-year?
About 15 years, give or take.
15
Our
years?
top priority is to control when you turn.
When Bing Bong jumps out of the wagon and inside out?
No.
Oh.
I need to focus.
Uh-oh. Oh, God, that's scary.
Oh, that would be fair. Oh, it just.
Oh,
That was expensive.
oh my God. Whoa.
Yeah?
Wait,
You were growling.
You're still Jen? Right now.
Yeah? And I'm conscious.
Why do
Bruh.
I?
That's about $1 million worth of damage back there, by the way. I guess we can just skip all that then.
Yeah, it kind of seems like I'm done here.
It might come out later.
Not so fast.
Okay, it seems like the common thread, though, is being unconscious.
Not necessarily. One time, I was stuck as the other guy for over 2 years.
Ragnarok.
I mean, one mistake, one freak out is literally life or death.
Okay, I'll be careful.
You can't be emotional.
Let your thoughts drift away, relax your neck, bend your knees if that's more comfortable, hold in your farts. Namaste.
I like them together. Oh no.
Who's your best friend?
Nikki.
Spandex. Spandex is your best friend.
It was way easier.
She did.
He's like, oh yeah?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's like a comet.
Oh my gosh.
A few upsides. Our bodies metabolize alcohol at an incredibly fast rate.
Oh my God. Oh.
To a good time during a hard time.
Drink to that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Not funny.
The wave's breaking.
I legitimately do have a life to get back to.
I know I've been pushing you through a lot, but being a superhero is a trial by fire.
Bruce!
But we can't pretend. Like, we aren't two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her. Which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate the stress.
My own area of expertise to me. I do it pretty much every day because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult.
See.
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory. And who's gonna protect the world if it isn't people like us?
Are you quoting a comic book right now? I'm sorry, the idea of being a superhero is not appealing to me. Oh, so you didn't wind up alone? Hiding away on some remote beach with no friends? You're a cautionary tale.
That's the price you have to pay for keeping the world safe, Jen. Don't you get it?
We're gonna fight.
I don't think this vehicle's gonna make out.
Don't you
All
mean
right.
things like that and then take off?
Yes!
Dick move.
I learned it from you.
See, Jen? You're doing the best you can, and you can do better.
Yeah, I wonder if she's gonna kick his butt now, yeah?
God.
Ah, that's from the movie we just saw. Oh no. Oh, not his glasses. Oh no, I know it's the worst.
You're fixing it. Call me anytime.
Thank you, Bruce. Thanks for everything. And I'm sorry that I said a bunch of harsh but very true things. See you at the next family dinner.
See you, fuzzball.
You're so alone.
Okay.
To have that much freedom to make that decision
now
yourself.
I'm gonna go win this case. Lawyer show.
I ask you to look only
That's cool.
at the facts of this case.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Uh-oh. Someone's coming for you. She's so supportive.
Jennifer Walters, attorney at law.
Ooh, is she naked?
I'm ready to give my closing argument now.
Adventures. It's like, I am who I am.
Spandex. Purple.
Yep.
It's just so sad. Steve Rogers did so much for his country and he never got to experience sex. Yes, I knew it.
You're not drunk?
Captain America! Fuck!
Oh my god! Like, where's this going? Oh, that was really funny. I know, because I was just so in the history books.
I love how she went back to visit him. That's great.
right.
Yeah, that was good. The bar's back in business, and oh my god! So I didn't know what to expect with this, but it was really good.
It was very
I
good.
loved it. I
did
really
too.
did.
Me too.
The banter between those two.
Oh, I
know
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
I think it's great that they're cousins, and I'm like, how are they gonna make her a She-Hulk? I mean, I am happy that they're related, where they have similar blood or something that can take that much radiation, gamma radiation,
right, yes.
and it altered her DNA, where she's a Hulk, but she's different, whatever that may mean. It seems like she's a little bit more advanced, and she can control it better than he can. It doesn't have an alter ego, which is so insane, because I thought that was like that she totally was going to have that. You know, so she didn't.
good.
She has a little bit of an upgrade, and
I think so, yeah.
And I think he's like, oh, I feel jealous. I think I'm jealous.
Yeah. I know, right? I love that. Yeah, so the banter was wonderful between the two, and they seem close, like even before all of this.
Yeah.
You know, they have a close relationship. So I like how they're related, where it's not just a random coincidence that, oh, you happen to take my blood, and hey, look, like you have
right.
something similar that I have, where you can actually take that much gamma radiation and turn into a Hulk. So, you know, having some kind of blood relation makes it
Right,
make more
otherwise,
sense
yeah.
to me, where
So
it's not
that
so
it
random.
does make sense, because then otherwise it was a lethal dose, so she would have been.
Yeah, like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
right,
kind of
yeah.
coincidence that you just got the same power as me in a
Exactly.
way. But now her being a female and being a lot stronger, like, I think that's kind of neat to see. Like, I want to know more about that. Like, even her look, like, she's sexy, she looks more
gorgeous, yeah.
human,
That's
you
what
know,
she
like
is,
her
yeah.
normal self, but just taller, a little bit more muscular and green. And Hulk, you know, Bruce Banner, he looks so more Hulkish. Like,
Yes,
that's always
that's
been
right,
his character
definitely, yeah.
style, you know, how his Hulk looked, but he's like a lot thicker.
Yeah.
A whole lot thicker.
Oh, yeah.
When he turns into the Hulk. But I do like that difference. And so I just
It's
want to
it's
more about that
incredible,
too.
because she's not as bulky as
Yeah,
he
she
is.
still has her figure.
but
her
she's
figure.
more. She seems stronger.
Yeah,
So
so that's
that's
kind of
good.
interesting to see.
Yes.
A sleeker model.
You know, and it was funny though, because I love seeing that with Bruce when he has to, like, it's a mix of the two. So with his alter ego, like, why does he have that in the first place? Is that because of the Hulk? Because yes, full Hulk, he's a completely different person, but is that really like an alter ego he had as a human being, but it just never came out until he went through this accident. So I'm just curious on why he has one and she doesn't, or I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be an issue down the road in this series where it's going to start coming out.
Oh, who knows?
Because it's different, so it just reacts differently. I don't know. Yeah. But her saying and her saying that she has a lot of other experiences through life where she's constantly controlling her anger.
Yes.
Maybe it's just that.
Yes.
Just being a female. Yes, from cat calls to, people downgrading her. She's an attorney and, she's saying, she's giving scenarios of other people, down talking her where she knows, her expertise. But just being a woman, she feels like that. So
yeah, I mean, I remember in Philly when I used to go to certain classes, it was fine. It was never like terrible, but still, like, you go to certain classes and I'd always go with a couple of friends because there were always construction workers like around, and there was this one main area where they would hang out, always catcall. And then one of my friends actually, she's a really cool person and she's really calm usually, but she didn't like that, which I don't blame her. I didn't like it, but she'd go right up to them and say like, oh, hey baby, yeah, you want my number? And then they get all flustered and be like, oh, no, I'm married, but if they would be like, hey baby, I want some of that, or they like catcall you something,
Believe it or not, that happened to me.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, that's not. And people don't know until you experience it that it's normal. That happened for years, because they were always like doing major projects the whole time I was in school. And I'm not saying everyone's like that, but through experience, there was always a small group of them that were always sitting there waiting to catcall, and it was just normal. So for her to say something like that, I mean, that's one experience, but then there's other scarier experiences as well.
And even professionally, people try to top you off, just because of your gender.
That's right.
And that's just so wrong. So she does have, she's true in when she says, she had experience with it before. So.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a new twist on the court system
sure
now.
Is.
And it is a good mix so far because I love the humor in it, the comedy where like she breaks the fourth wall and she looks at us, and then Bruce doesn't though, like he's not part of it. It's just her, like her conscience or something. And then she's like, oh, okay. So that's great. I think that kind of helps too, because it's so. I mean, like we're getting these shows now that are, how do I even say, like outside the box, because we've seen so many superheroes already, godlike heroes that are from, not only different planets, but different realms. And, so it's very broad, where you have to be very open-minded. And I love it. I think it's so creative on the different storytelling in Marvel. And with this, like here, with a Hulk who I think she's a very good person and she wants to, do what she went to school and worked hard for, so her to be an attorney and be a Hulk, and the government not stepping in, being like, oh, you got full freedom of choice here, you have this ultimate power, but you can do what you want. So she only told her family and Nikki, her friend. So, but it's just funny how, like, I like how it's just cool, where it's like, oh, okay, well, the government probably will be an issue down the road, but here she just has full on freedom to be who she wants to be, even though she can be completely dangerous. Like we can see that she's a good person. I don't think she'd do anything bad on purpose, but like she just can go home and live her life, and there's no question.
Right, and it wasn't going to be an issue until this happened. This person who's off the street, like she comes in, plows in.
Yeah,
so she's a villain, like, and she looked like a normal person. So. And she was going to do a closing argument against something of a powered person going against. So how ironic is this going to be, So now she has to present.
Yeah, now other people have seen her like that.
Right,
so
it's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting, and I'm curious now if it works out, because the title is Attorney at Law, so I'm assuming that she's going to stay an attorney at the whole series, right? So I'm curious on how that's going to be portrayed with her with these crazy powers. If I'm hoping, I don't think it's going to be this, but people aren't going to be intimidated by her because she has these powers. That is just her true self with her knowledge, with her talent, doing this job. That's what wins her cases, and not people being over intimidated. And not that she would use that against anyone, but people might take that the wrong way and be like, oh God, I saw what she did on the news or saw what she did in the courtroom, and you win. Whatever you say, you're good. You know?
Right.
That's right.
And you don't know how they were going to sway before her closing argument, and now are they going to listen to her because she just saved them?
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then she just took down someone who was a villain. So.
I know. So who is this lady? And I'm assuming because they have some comic book references and they made it a little bit easier for us because we never read the comics for this, that, they said a couple things like, oh, you're quoting a comic book now? And I'm like, okay, so that was 100% from one of her She-Hulk comics or first issue or something.
Gosh, yeah.
And then this villain, I'm assuming she's probably from the comics as well. And her just coming in and being kind of nonchalant, like, oh, I forget what she said, but, I'm curious on what she's about, and hopefully, because we could have just misunderstood, but she did barge in. She broke in.
Oh, yeah.
And broke down a wall, so villain, I guess.
Definitely.
But, and she attacked her, but, she was defending everyone there in the courtroom.
Yeah, what was she going to do to them, Jeez, that's terrible.
And what about Bruce Banner, too?
Oh, I loved him. I loved
really
how
great.
he had a whole book on how to, all his loggings. I mean, years, over 10 years of learning about himself. And it's just pretty much out the window with this.
It's super advanced. Like, she only needed to really learn it in a very short amount of time. Not even really going through all of it.
The first chapter.
So he's getting frustrated. Well, hopefully he doesn't start to go back to original Hulk, although he was fun too, but still, we want Bruce Banner around because he's so defeated over time, because she learns so quickly. I don't think that will happen. Like, it took him how long to really learn
I
how
think
to
it's going to really be like more mentor mode and just be there for her.
Yeah, I think so too. And I do feel bad for him because he's such a caring guy, because he's so smart and good, and he's a great scientist where he always logs all his research, but to take it to such a level where he dedicated himself to learn how to deal with his issues, and he was able to overcome it in a certain way, different way, but it's a good way for him, and he's okay with it. Like, he learned to cope with it, and he's kind of telling his cousin the same thing. Well, this is how you have to deal with it, but she doesn't have to. So I'm hoping that doesn't change anything, like any outlook he has with stuff. But I do hope we see Bruce now and again, but this could have been just it for a while because, now we are comfortable with She-Hulk, because again, I wasn't sure on how we were going to go about that, I think that's a nice way to ease into it, having Bruce Banner helping her the entire time, so it's not just like, who is this lady?
I think it would be really cool at the end of, whatever happens in every episode, that she goes back to the bar.
That's right.
That would be amazing.
And just gives them updates.
Put the initials
that would be
in.
very cool.
So that's good that, even though she wanted to leave and they fought a few times, and I think that's hilarious as well, because even though it's like fighting, it's almost like play fighting. That was a dick move, and they do it to each other. Right. But she still went back and helped him rebuild his bar after she destroyed it. She wasn't like, screw you, I'm leaving. It's like not super harsh and then cut and dry. She goes back and redeems. And
when she came back, she was a little bit more drunk.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like more of the humans, that she's honing
Although
in
she was kind of pretending she said at the end, too.
Yeah,
and she goes, because she wanted to get more information out of Bruce.
Funny.
But, with Bruce saying that they have a higher metabolism, which makes sense, with Captain America, like, he actually... when he drank, he didn't feel anything because his was so fast. But with them, they can drink just a ton before they feel something. I guess, because it sounded different. It sounded like it was more like Steve Rogers. And I'm like,
They kept burping and burping.
Yeah, then massive Hulk hangover. That's like awful. Normal hangover is like terrible enough.
Yeah, we don't need a Hulk hangover.
Yeah, and then the special effects, again, are top notch. I think they're really good. I like the mix on what's going on with Jen, where she, I could tell that there's it's computer generated mixed, I think it's mainly that, but it could be because she's painted as well. It could be a mix of that as well, because I like it when it's more like authentic, have more of a real feel, but the computer, the CGI is like really good. It's really believable.
I could see that. They would do more CGI than anything. And I love Nikki. She's so positive.
I mean, like, how
she's
supportive.
A paralegal.
That is-
I mean,
Thank
so
goodness for her.
And not even seeing it before, but she just knows because she knows the other
Yeah.
Hulk that she's
That's
like,
right,
yeah,
like that.
shoes, and I'll take that from you.
That's
Back
right.
away. Yeah, so can't wait to watch
Yeah,
more.
it
This
was
was definitely a lot of
good. Yeah,
fun,
it was,
and
yeah.
we heard name drops like Tony Stark and Natasha, who have passed away. So it
That's
is very
right.
sad, but I'm glad that we're reminded of them
Yes.
because they were
Right.
really good people, and Bruce had a thing with Natasha. Like they really cared for each
Yes.
other.
That's right,
Nothing
yes.
came of it, but they really did care for each other. And she helped him when he was full Hulk. She helped him come back to normalcy
For sure.
as Bruce
Yes.
Banner.
And she sang lullabies to him.
Yeah,
That's
the
right.
sun's getting real low.
That's right.
So can't wait to see the next episode,
Yes.
guys. If you want to check out our full reaction, if you're not already, you can check that out in the links below. And if you want to check out The Incredible Hulk, we did watch that before watching this. And we'll see you very soon, as always. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Please subscribe. Links
Yeah.
below.
That's right. Subscribe.